Well, welcome to another Which Whiskey Wednesday. Tonight, 4 bourbons. I'm telling you, just put them back. Yeah, it's a little different show. It's 2025, and we're deciding to expand Which Whiskey Wednesday into a regular long video. And it could be anywhere from 10 to 15 to 20 minutes, depending on what we're talking about. We're not going to worry about time. It's all about the content. So we're starting off 2025 with kind of a bang. We're saying that I've got 4 bourbons that I've selected that if I could do it over again, I would just put them back. And what would I pick in their place? Well, let's get started, shall we? First on our list of which whiskey we would put back. Yeah, I know I'm going to get a lot of grief over this. Wild Turkey 101. Now, I've always said it's one of the greatest values in bourbon, and I'm not changing that. It is a fabulous value. But I found something I like better than the Wild Turkey 101. I'm not buying the 101 anymore. And why is that? Because the Wild Turkey Jimmy Russell 70th anniversary is out. It's absolutely wonderful. I realize it's a lot more expensive. This generally can be had under $30. This is more like $50. But to me, there's no comparisons between this 8-year-old Wild Turkey and the standard 101. I would rather drink this all day long. So if I could put them back, I would put this one back and pick this one instead. Okay, for number 2 on our list of whiskeys I wish I could, or bourbons I wish I could put back, yeah, another one I'm going to get a lot of flack about. Four Roses single barrel. Now, this is the standard single barrel, not the limited release. I've always said that of the standard releases, the single barrel is not my favorite. I'd rather have the small batch select any day of the week over the single barrel. And why is that? Because this is recipe OBSV, I believe, is what they use for the standard. It's a high rye recipe. And I did the Four Roses 10 recipe experience, and this wasn't even close. This was way down there. I have a lot of Four Roses recipes I like better. This is not even close. So if I had the chance to put this back and pick something else, what would I pick? It would be easy. It would be the New Riff single barrel. Coming in around the same price. This is 111 proof versus the Four Roses 100 proof. I just think that the New Riff single barrel is such a great single barrel, a fabulous price, and to me, there's no comparison. I would drink this any day compared to this. Now, if you're talking Four Roses limited edition, where I can pick the recipe, different story. But right now, I am putting this back. Well, I'll tell you, number 3 on our list was a major disappointment. And why is that? Because I did a store pick with Habits Bottle Shop on Wyoming Whiskey. And it was a single barrel, cast strength, and it was wonderful. And we did get to pick, 3 different samples, and we picked the one we like, and we got those bottles. But at some point, I picked this Wyoming Whiskey small batch. This is their 88 proof. Picked it up, thinking I would like this as well for, because I don't drink cast strength that much off camera. Most of my cast strengths I do for comparisons and reviews. So I thought, well, I'll try this. Man, did I... No. Didn't like it at all. So if I had a chance to put this back on the shelf, what would I pick? Easy. The Ben Holiday Soft Red Wheat. They're bottled in bond. It is a little bit pricier, I think. I think this was around 40. This is more around 50. This is a 100 proof bottled in bond versus the 88, 6 years versus 5 years. No comparison. Be happy to spend the additional $10 all day long. This is a wonderful wheated bourbon. This is not. So I probably saved the most controversial for last. And all these, I know I'm going to get hate mail or hate comments about. And realize everyone's palate is different. Not everyone likes the same thing. So some things you're going to agree with me, some things you don't. But I'm talking my palate here. Well, a while back, I decided to get into 4 grains. I've always liked wheated bourbon for the longest time. And I like a lot of rye bourbon. So I thought, well, what about 4 grains? 4 grains seems to be kind of like a balance between the two, a bridge between the two, depending on the mash bill. So I got probably one of the best known 4 grains out there because everyone said this thing is off the chart good. And what would that be? Of course, it would be the Frey Ranch, the standard Frey Ranch. This is a 4 grain, grain to glass distillery. It is 90 proof. It's a beautiful bottle. It's a heavy bottle. And it just seems like it's more than 750 milliliters. It's just huge. But it is 750. And you can see how much I've drank out of this. I did a review. I did a couple comparisons with it. And that's probably all I'll ever drink in it. I am not a fan of the Frey Ranch. The uncut, unfiltered, their cask strength is better. But still, Frey Ranch, standard, uncut, whatever, they all have that earthy, grassy flavor to it that just not, I just don't care for. And it's not because it's a 4 grain. It's because it's Frey Ranch. That's their flavor. A lot of people love it, not me. What would I rather have any day of the week? Hard Truth 4 grain. This is their sweet mash 4 grain bourbon. It is a bottled in bond. It is a 100 proof, 4-year. I'm not sure that the Frey Ranch gives you an age statement, but nonetheless, even if it wasn't age stated, it's about the flavor. There is no comparison. This is so much better than the Frey Ranch. And I think the Frey Ranch was $50. This was $54. So $5 more. And I've seen this lower, probably closer to 50. So pretty comparable depending on where you're getting your bourbon from. But grass, grain. Tastes like grass, tastes like a 4 grainer. And a good 4 grainer, just slightly sweet, very savory, earthy, but nothing like the Frey Ranch. If you ever have a chance to taste the two side by side, and I've done that, Hard Truth all day long. So, for controversies, probably the Wyoming is not as controversial as the 4 Roses, the Wild Turkey 101, and of course the Frey Ranch, because there's a lot of fans of those. Well, I'm just telling you, if I had to do it all over again, I would pick this guy and not this guy. Well, that's just the way it is in the bourbon world. If everyone had the same palate, Evan Williams or Jim Beam would be the only thing on the shelf, right? Or maybe Jack Daniels. He's pretty popular too. Well, everyone has a different palate, and I'm sure you've got your own bourbons or whiskeys that you would like to trade. If you could do it over again, put that back and get this instead. Let me know what some of your putbacks would be. I would be very interested. So, as always, please drink responsibly, never drink and drive, and we'll see you on the next Which Whiskey Wednesday. Cheers.